It's Monday, yeah. Monday. Okay, so today we're going to talk about conversions. We talked about the metric system last week. We talked a little bit about conversions as far as customary measurement. So before you begin converting, there are a few items that you should memorize. The following slides will show you what needs to be memorized. So write this down, 12 inches in 1 foot. Now there's a reference page too that you guys can use to look at, but I think it doesn't hurt to write it down either, because the more you write it, the more you know it. So 12 inches in 1 foot. Make sure you're writing as I go along. 3 feet in 1 yard. So the first two are measuring length. What's the third one measuring? Jessica? Time. 60 seconds in 1 minute. 60 minutes in 1 hour. 24 hours in 1 day. $12 months in a year, so we're still measuring time. Okay, 16 ounces in a pound. Sometimes you'll see just a regular OZ, and sometimes you'll see FLOZ. Fluid ounces are what you use for capacity. If you're filling up something, a cup, with fluid ounces, that's what you would fill it up with. An ounce and ounce is the same thing, but it measures differently because this is ounces in a pound. So when we're talking about pounds, what are we talking about? What are we measuring? Weight. 8 ounces in 1 cup. So it doesn't mean if you have a package of just a blob of something and you're doing 8 ounces and you say, well, that's a cup. Well, it might be if you melted it down and had it actually filled the, I haven't ever seen an 8 ounce cup, but see this board try to throw me off my game today, but it's not working. Okay, 2 cups in 1 pint. So we have 16 ounces in a pound, that's weight. 8 ounces in a cup, 2 cups in a pint. What are we measuring now? Volume, yep, volume, capacity. What you guys did when you baked. Does everybody have it written? Yeah. It's been like a year since I've done this one. Okay, so memorize a graphic. Draw it. It's a big G. The big G means gallon. And within the gallon you have 4 Qs, which are quarts. So draw the 4 Qs, and then 2 P's in each Q.
In the 4th grade, I learned it because on the piece they told me how to do something, but it's really helpful when you think about it.
Is it about the kingdom?
Yeah.
You want to come up and tell it in the microphone. Yeah, some people have heard a story about a kingdom, so did you want to say it, Alexis?
Oh, no.
Just stand by me and talk loud. Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom or land called G, which was the gallon, and there were 4 fat queens, and those are your courts, and each queen had a prince and a princess, which are your pints. Can we tell this too?
Yeah, sorry, I ran out of space, but there should be 2 C's in each P.
And each prince and princess, they each had 2 children, which that would mean you're going to put 2 C's in each P.
Okay, good.
Yes, come.
And then if you kept going, you would have 8 O's and a C. So, perfect. So you have your gallon, you have 4 Q's, each Q has 2 P's, each P has 2 C's, cups. This makes your life easy, guys. Memorize it. All of this makes your life easy. Memorizing multiplication facts makes your life easy too. Some of you need to realize that. How to convert. Let's say I want a 5-year car loan. How many months will I be paying back the loan? You need to write this on your green sheet as well, because I'm going to show you step by step of maybe a process that you haven't learned in the past. That I don't know if the Engage New York teaches it this way, but this is the way I learned how to do it, and this is a good way to do it. So you're going to look at the information given. The problem deals with months and years. So we're measuring time, right? Months and years. What information about months and years do I have? What's the information I have? Okay, so we know that you want to get a car loan for 5 years, but we don't know how many months that is, right? So that's the unknown. So we know 5 years. There are 5 years, and the months are unknown. So this is how you would write this out. You need to learn this, so write it down. 5 years equals blank months, because we don't know how many months yet, do we? Yes, ma'am.
I have an idea of what we could do to find out. Well, since there is 12 months in a year, times it by 5, and we'll get 61.
Okay. Good. Sometimes, though, I sit down, I look at these problems, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm supposed to multiply or divide on this. So this way, this strategy will help you, okay? You ready? Don't mess up, board. Don't mess up. Come on. It's going to start messing up. Okay, first ask yourself how many months are in 1 year. So how many months are in 1 year? 12. There's 12 months in 1 year. So watch how I do this. You ready? So I say, okay, 12 months in 1 year. But look how I did it. I have year on top of year, month on top of month. So make sure you do that. So you have 5 years equal blank months. 1 year equals 12 months. That's what I know. I do know that 1 year equals 12 months. If you put months first, you're going to mess yourself up. It's going to be wrong, and you're going to be like, I don't know how to do this. So pay attention. Year, year, month, month. Okay, and I always say cover up the 1. So you cover the 1. We don't need it. So if the 2 numbers left besides the 1 are diagonal, you multiply. They're kind of like a half of a multiplication sign, aren't they? So that's how you know you multiply. If it's diagonal, if they're on top of each other, you divide. So what are these numbers? Okay, yeah, they're diagonal. So you're going to multiply 5 times 12. Forget the 1. Don't worry about that. So we know that 5 times 12 is 60. So I'll be paying back the loan for how many months? 60. So for right now, I just worry about getting this thing written down right here to show how to do that. Okay, let's try a few. Just remember, if the two numbers are diagonal, you'll multiply. If they're on top of each other, you will divide. Actually, I might have you get your clickers, and I'm going to try it out and see how you guys do. Maybe. I don't know where I'm at on this thing. There we go. I think so. Just a little off, maybe. Okay, so 12 pints equal 1 quart. Is that right? No, 12 pints don't equal 1 quart. How many pints are in 1 quart? Everybody? 2. So 2 pints equal 1 quart. The numbers are on top of each other. If they're on top of each other, what do you need to do? Divide. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. Make sure you write it down so you have examples when you do your math tonight. Otherwise, you get to rewatch this whole video again. Okay, blank minutes equals 60 hours. What's the first thing you ask yourself? I'm going to draw sticks. I'll make sure everybody's with me. First thing you ask yourself. 21.
How many minutes are in 1 hour?
Okay, how many minutes are in 1 hour? 60. So 60 minutes equal 1 hour. Remember, you put minutes on minutes, hour on hour. Are the numbers diagonal or on top of each other? Number 4, what are the numbers? Cover the 1. Are they diagonal or on top of each other? They're diagonal, so what do I need to do? Multiply 60 times 60. Well, 6 times 6 is 36. Add the 2 zeros, and you have 3,600. 24 gallons equals blank cups. What's the first thing you ask yourself? Number 5. First thing you ask yourself. I have 24 gallons equals blank cups. What's the first thing I need to know? Okay. So if there's 4 quarts, they equal 1 gallon, and there's 4 cups in each quart, how many cups are in 1 gallon? You've got 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. Boom, 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 boom. So how many cups would I have in 1 gallon? I think you're right. 16. So 1 gallon equals 16 cups. Cover the 1. Are they diagonal or are they on top of each other? They're diagonal. So everybody, what am I going to do? 16 times 24, and that would be, come on, you don't have it memorized? 384. This is the old way when math used to be easy. And I think we have one more, and then I'm going to stop because I think we go into subtraction. I'll check. 21 feet equals blank yards. What's the first thing I ask myself? Number 14. What's the first thing I need to know?
You ask yourself how many yards are in feet?
Or
How many feet are in how many yards?
that's right. Think about what your biggest measurement is. Yard is bigger than foot, right? So you ask yourself, how many feet are in 1 yard? And how many feet are in 1 yard?
There's 1 yard.
Would it help if I told you there's 36 inches in a yard? How many inches are in a foot? 12. So if there's 36 inches in a yard, how many sets of feet would I get? 12. Neighbor, you want to help him out? 3. So 3 feet equals 1 yard. Cover the 1. Are they diagonal or are they on top of each other? On top of each other. Everybody, what do? Divide. Oh my goodness. So 21 feet equals 7 yards. And of course it's jumping ahead now because something is wrong with my board. So I need to get this fixed very soon. Okay, so look at your problem set on lesson 13, module 2. Of course. Okay, how many inches are in 1 foot? Inches in 1 foot. Ruth? There's 12 inches in 1 foot. So if there's 12 inches in 1 foot, how many inches are in 2 feet? 24. 3 feet. Everybody? 4. Go ahead, everybody. 48. Ooh, now they changed things up on you. 10. 120. Remember when you multiply by 10, it's just that number plus a 0. So what is 12? 144. Then if we have it times 40, remember you can cover the 0. 12 times 4 is 48. Add the 0 back. $45. Anyone have any idea? What do you think? 540. Yep. 540. So you see what we're doing? We're taking 12 times each of these numbers. And then we have 120. Well, you would take off the 0 and take 12 times 12, which is, everybody? 144. Add the 0 back. So anyone know how many centimeters are in 1 meter, Grace? No. 100. So So go through and just fill out the rest of your chart right now. You guys should be able to do this easily. So on this next one, it says explain how to convert feet to inches. Well, what do you have to do to convert feet to inches? What do you have to do? Yep. So you have to multiply by 12. It says draw a number line or tape diagram to explain your explanation. Well, this is how I would draw it. For every foot we have, how many inches do we have? For every foot? 12. So that's a foot, that's a foot, 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 foot. So this is our tape diagram. So if I were to look at the two squares, how many feet would I have? Or how many, I would have 2 feet and how many inches? 24. So if you ever get confused, you can always draw out a tape diagram as well. You don't have to make the same number of boxes I did. It's fine. Just need an example so you know what it looks like. Okay, so we multiply by 12 to convert feet to inches. Well, what are we going to do to convert meters to centimeters? Multiply by 100. Yep, we multiplied by 100. So how do you think our tape diagram is going to look this time? Luke? 100. Okay, so we have meters in every one of our little boxes. To get 1 meter equals okay, look at the next page, guys. Remember our little code? It's King Henry doesn't usually, which is the unit, drink chocolate milk. Or you can do it the morbid way that I learned. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So we know how to do A. How are you going to do A? How are you going to do A? Just tell me how you're going to do A. Number 27. How are you going to do that A? 27 feet equals blank inches. What's the first thing you're going to ask yourself on that one? How many inches are in a foot? And then you put them down there. Then you'll go diagonal. Okay, I'm trying to kind of rush through this right now, but I'll just show you that real fast. Okay, so we have 27 feet equals blank inches. How many inches are in 1 foot? Morgan? 12. Okay. So remember, cover the 1. The 2 numbers are diagonal, so what do? Multiply 12 times 27. And do you already have an answer? Okay. 324. Good. So make sure you write it in your blank on your paper. I don't want to have to hunt for the answer. If you don't write them in the blanks on the paper, then I'll give it back to you. Okay? Okay, I want to get to this metric real fast so that you know what to do. Problem D. On problem set 13, problem D says 7 kilograms equals blank grams. So you guys have your little chart that I made you, right? How many kilograms do we have? Nathan? 7. So we have 7 kilograms. Does the 7 have a decimal in it? No, but there could be one. Where would it be? At the end of the number. Remember, it's like the equator of the Earth. It's there, but you don't see it. Well, unless you go to the equator, then there's a sign, but, you know. And what's our goal? We're trying to get to grams. So here's grams right here. Grams. How many places away is it? 3. So how many places am I going to move my decimal? 3. So here's my decimal, right? Right here. 1, 2, 3. That's easy, isn't it? See? The Europeans, they've got it all figured out. Us, we have to do everything the hard way, so how many kilograms are in 1 gram? Ruth? Now, if the chart confuses you, you could just say, here's my number, 7. I'm going to put the decimal behind it. And I know I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And remember, for every half bubble, we have to put a 0. Ooh, we're running out of time. Okay, one more. On G, I want you to see this one also. G, we have 3 kilometers. And how many meters? How many meters? 85. So since I have 2 separate ones, I'm going to put the 85 down below. Because right now I want to deal with the 3 kilometers. And what am I going to convert it to? 3 kilometers. What am I going to convert it to, Jillian? A meter. So what do I need to do? Wait, did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. See, I get myself in a hurry, and then I think I did it wrong. I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right. Did I do it right? No, I don't think I did it right. Pause. Okay, so I looked at it, and the problem is that I had the wrong answer in my book. That's why I thought I was doing it wrong. So we have G is 3 kilometers, 85 meters equals blank meters. So our goal is to get to this place right here, right? So we're going to go fill in the rest of these places. And so how many places to the right is my decimal going to move? Nathan? 3 places, which would make it look like this. So we have, this would equal meters and 3,000 meters and 85 meters. Is there an easier way to do that? What can I do with that now, Brianna? Add them up. What would my answer become? Shh.
3,085 meters.
Yeah, for some reason my answer key had 385 meters earlier, and I was like, what is wrong with this thing? There's something wrong. So that's how you do that. Your lesson, your homework tonight. Homework tonight. Okay, here's your homework. Fill in the charts, both of them. So, A, D, G, H, C, F, I, 3, and 4. That is lesson 13, homework, module 2.